What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking once again about Modern Warfare zombies. We have new evidence that zombies are coming to Warzone, and we're also going to be talking about a realization that I just came to after looking back at the evidence that we currently have for Modern Warfare zombies in the files of the game. It does seem like much of that information, which many of us may have forgotten about by now, is currently being reworked and saved for Treyarch's next game. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because about 75% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you on Black Ops 4, Warzone, and Call of Duty 2020. I also have beanie hats available on my website for just $14.99. All of my t-shirts do go for $19.99, and I recently came out with a new Ultimus design which perfectly matches the Victus design that I had on the site. All of that's available at dkdynamite1.com. The link is also down below in the description. But first off, I don't personally believe we'll see zombies in Warzone until it's Treyarch's season. We know Activision made it clear that they want to keep Modern Warfare as grounded and realistic as possible, but they also did mention that Warzone will be the bridge to the gap for the universes of Black Ops and Modern Warfare. It'll be the line between both sub-series. So with that being said, Warzone having a zombies mode is something I wouldn't put past me. I feel like that could be the way we actually see zombies every single year. I know with only Treyarch Call of Duties will have a dedicated zombies mode, but if you still see zombies in Warzone, it'll give the zombies community something when it's an off-season, when it's an Infinity Awards game, when it's a Sledgehammer game. So I think I do have hope for a Warzone zombies mode because it's only better for the zombies community, but hopefully it doesn't take attention away from the core zombies mode, which needs to be revitalized and revamped more than ever. Now, we do know about the 115 rock, which could be seen behind the dam, which many of us have speculated to be 115, and honestly, like I said, I don't see them doing zombies just yet, but I do see them laying down the foundation for it over the next few seasons or so. I feel like these next few seasons are going to market Call of Duty 2020 quite a bit. They're going to really continue the story past the Modern Warfare campaign and probably eventually confirm that yes, Call of Duty 2020, when it takes place in the Cold War, will essentially serve as a prequel to Modern Warfare's campaign, and all of that could be established. Then I think they'll have the balls to go in and do something zombies related for the mode. But here's something that I recently looked at, right? If we look at the information from the files of Modern Warfare from that supposed scrapped zombies mode, which who knows how far in development that got, but if we take a look at the description for that, it reads, kill all enemy teams, find equipment in the world, kill the boss for the wonder weapon, gunfire alerts, infected, and players. Notice how it says CP_PvPvE_farm. So we probably would have saw a farm zombies map in Modern Warfare. And for those of you out there who didn't check out this video from way back when, we're going to recap all of the important points from that in this video as well, so don't worry. So the fact that it says PvPvE does get me interested because we know WZZM is in the files for Call of Duty 2020's alpha, and we could assume that Raven would be in charge of that, and WZ is of course Warzone, ZM is of course zombies. Put that together, you get Warzone zombies, right? It's like common sense. But PvPvE, player versus enemy, is likely the structure of how Warzone zombies would work. You know, will it have 100 players? We just don't know. Will it be limited to solos, duos, and quads? That's also a good question, but we can all assume that yes, you'll be fighting against other players while fighting against zombies at the same time. So essentially a big step up from what Grief was back in Black Ops 2. And we know Treyarch has wanted to do a PvPvE mode for the longest time, and they tried it with Grief, but unfortunately, because of, you know, last gen hardware, time constraints, budget, they couldn't really flesh out Grief in the way they really wanted to. And if Raven is leading Warzone for Call of Duty 2020, Treyarch could just throw ideas to them and they could make it happen. So also looking at the files of Modern Warfare zombies, we could see zombies consumables, death, an arcade, so, you know, a vibe of Infinite Warfare zombies maybe. We have default player loadouts, consumables, you know, more slots for that. So don't put it past you guys to see potential Infinite Warfare zombies mechanics in, Warzone Zombies in the future. I think what's cool about this is Treyarch will work on their own Zombies mode, as we're all expecting, but then when it comes to Warzone Zombies, you could see a blend of everything you love from Infinite Warfare Zombies and Treyarch Zombies put into one. And with Sledgehammer also having a helping hand on this game, you may even see stuff like, it says in the files, consumables from World War II Zombies also make a return in this game at some point. We also do know that Lee Ross was working on this at some point before his departure from Infinity Ward and before he started working over at Treyarch. He has this tweet which does say, "I keep getting asked, so here goes. The team and I are well underway. Very excited for what we've got cooking, but nothing to share for a while. Besides, you've got lots of World War II to play, and you know Treyarch is going to bring the heat. So get out there and kill some zombies. Hashtag 2019. This was tweeted before Black Ops 4 even came out. So he was definitely working on this, but I guess the big question is, was this Zombies mode that was being worked on at some point scrapped for Modern Warfare, but then maybe reworked as a Warzone mode? And then Activision came in and said, you know what? Instead of doing that, save all of it for Call of Duty 2020 instead, when it makes sense to bring zombies out into the Battle Royale, when zombies is hot again, right? They're taking a full year off of zombies with Call of Duty this year, so might as well drop all of that heat at once when it's Treyarch season again. So it gets me excited, but we also have the weapon drop field upgrade, which I haven't talked about before, that has question marks on it that do resemble a mystery box. I know Glitching Queen brought this up recently, TGR brought it up, and I saw it and I was like, that's really peculiar. That's definitely something that is intentional, and I wonder if that's kind of how the weapon drops would be in a Warzone Zombies mode. Maybe in this Warzone Zombies Battle Royale, you would see crates like that around the map with good loot inside of them, but they'll have question marks on them. So again, resembling the mystery box, since technically the loot boxes on Warzone are like mystery boxes, right? Except, they don't cycle through weapons, but it is random loot inside of the actual boxes themselves. So I wonder if they'll reuse something like that in the future. And as we also went over in the previous video where we talked about Modern Warfare Zombies, there are a bunch of random zombie sprays and emblems all in the files. We have the Call of Duty app, which shows Buddy Flamer from the Zombies community actually getting zombies kills in Modern Warfare. For some reason, as he reported himself a while ago, the Call of Duty app was tracking zombies kills in Modern Warfare for whatever reason, but he didn't actually get zombies kills, he just got basic kills either in multiplayer or whatever it was that he was playing. So the fact that it tracked zombies kills makes me think that, yeah, development on zombies for Modern Warfare was somewhat far into development to the point where the Call of Duty app was tracking that. Now, of course it could have been a glitch and it might have been accidentally registering his kills as zombies kills because it thought he was playing Black Ops 4, even though he's playing Modern Warfare. We don't actually know, but I personally think development on the zombies mode was somewhere along the lines, right? And I know Lee Ross was working on it and he was in charge of Infinite Warfare Zombies, so I think he laid the foundation down for it in some way, shape, or form. Now, whether that was a continuation of Infinite Warfare Zombies is of course unknown, but looking at how they're reevaluating all of that for Call of Duty 2020, they'll definitely tie it into the new zombie storyline they're going to be telling. So Treyarch could tell their own story in the dedicated Zombies mode, and that may or may not connect to the zombie story we see in Warzone. I know Warzone is just a battle royale, so people don't care about the story too much in Warzone, even though it is a continuation of the campaign, but I think they'll take it as an opportunity to continue telling the zombies narrative even when new zombies maps aren't coming out in the dedicated mode. We of course have the Zombies in Spaceland documents all around Warzone, which I've discussed before, but what I haven't discussed is whether or not we'll see Spaceland as a section on the Warzone map, which I think would be perfect to actually see. And so far we haven't seen any new areas added to Warzone in terms of actual big sections. The map is pretty damn big, so I'd probably recommend nuking certain parts of the map and getting rid of them temporarily and bringing in new areas to replace them, similar to the plan I had for Blackout, right? I think with Blackout, not only was, Hijacked a cool location, not only was Ghost Town a cool location, but I think if they wanted to add more to the Blackout map, they probably would have had to nuke certain areas or get rid of them, right? And those areas could have included Factory, Rivertown, areas I wasn't too particularly fond of, but when it comes to Warzone, the map is obviously a lot bigger, so I can't see them extending the map too much, I just see them replacing it. And that goes back to the original theory about the nuke and what it could do, right? We hide in the bunkers, nuke goes off, it'll be a nice live event, we come back out of the bunkers, and there'll be new areas to explore around the map. I think that would be something revolutionary for Call of Duty, something that is of course on the level of FORTNITE live events that I think Activision, Infinity Ward, and Raven even could handle thanks to next-gen consoles coming out, thanks to the beautiful engine Modern Warfare is on. A lot is possible. Spaceland could be an area coming to Warzone at some point, but it could also be a reference to the fact that, yeah, Infinity Ward worked on Zombies at one point, they loved it, here's a reference to it. That's all it could possibly be. But we know from TGR's tweets recently, the nuke event may be pretty far off than what we all think, right? We still have other colored key cards to get our hands on, we have more intel to get our hands on, there's still stuff on Warzone that probably have to be unlocked and looked through first before the nuke event is ready. And the nuke event is linked to Call of Duty 2020's reveal, as we've also heard reports from Long Sensation, several inside sources. It may seem like until Call of Duty 2020 is ready to be presented, that nuke event in Warzone is going to be held off for a little bit. And with recent reports that COD 2020 isn't getting revealed until, what, late July, possibly August, that nuke event in Warzone is probably very far off, which is a bit annoying, but hopefully it's a banger by the time they get it out there. Hopefully they do a lot of testing on it, lobbies are working, you know, maybe you can't kill anybody during the live event. Now last but definitely not least, we have that shack with the RCXD inside of it, which I made a video about before, and the RCXD of course resembles the one we're all used to from the Black Ops franchise, clearly an Easter egg to that. There's also of course old equipment in the room, which gets me to believe that it is a reference to the fact that Treyarch's next game will take place mostly in the past, and there is a folder underneath the table where the RCXD is, and there's a reference to 115 on it, whether it's a reference to Zombies coming to Warzone, or whether it's a reference to the fact that, yeah, Treyarch is coming, Treyarch season is coming soon, maybe that's what it is. It's still very interesting information nonetheless. Let me know what you think of all this down below in the comment section. This has been dkdynamite. Do you guys want to see a Zombies Battle Royale in Treyarch's next game? Do you want to hear more about what I think a Treyarch Zombies Battle Royale could consist of? If so, I have a video on that linked down below as well. And do you care much about the scrapped Zombies mode for Modern Warfare? There was, of course, you know, a boss fight and wonder weapon in development for it, so it was somewhere in development, but do you think it was a better idea that they kept this game grounded and, you know, didn't introduce zombies, at least not right now, and they wait for Treyarch's next game instead so that it serves as a nice crossover between both Black Ops and Modern Warfare? Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.